Now, what's up, everybody? Happy Saturday night. I hope y'all are all doing okay tonight. I hope that everybody stays safe and has a great weekend. Because, some people like to go out and do drinking, partying, hanging out. It is what it is. Just be safe out there. There are bad drivers. As you can see, I'm still driving. I'm always driving. Well, anyway, I'm on here today because this isn't going to be very long. I've just been thinking about it since last night, and I've talked to a couple people. I can't see how people would let their kids be on social media and how it's okay for social media to have the things that happen to kids and nobody get in trouble. You see these people go up on Capitol Hill and they sit there and perjure themselves, lie, and act like they're above the law. But they went after a president. They went after a president who did nothing wrong about supposedly inflating his property value fictitiously, which is he didn't inflate nothing. You can go look at it yourself. There's a half an acre lot worth $500,000 or even more right across the street from a developed lot. Doesn't make sense. But yet we can't go after any of the people in power with social media. Now, I'm not here to blame everything that happened in the past before Elon got onto Twitter and changed it over to X. None of that is his fault. All the child pornography that was on there, child prawns, whatever the fuck it's called, regardless of the fact it was not Elon that was allowing it. It was everybody before him, Jack Dorsey and everybody else. And the Democrats have let him go many times, and the Republicans, both of them. But yet they will go after a president and spend every bit of 7 years making up anything to get him. But they won't go after people that are responsible for creating algorithms to negatively impact people. These algorithms, kids have even said that there is self harm starting to show up on my feed, or there's adult content. If you go over to Amazon or even Netflix right now, you can go look at a PG-13 movie and it's going to say sexual content and nudity is in this. At 13 years old, that does not need to be for kids. Parental guidance doesn't mean, okay, I'm going to allow for no. You you watch that so you know what's there. I'd rather let my kid play a video game to where he can blow someone's brains out than have a sex scene because that's just inappropriate. Whenever you see these people talk about book bannings and things like that, they're over there saying, "Hey, have you ever read these books?" And when people are like, "Yes, I have read these books," and they start saying, "What's child pornography to you?" Well, fellatio. Give me the definition of fellatio. If you can define the word and it's depicted in a picture, in an image, then that's pornography. You can't sit there and say, "Oh, it's okay." For someone to say these books don't need to be banned, it's just as bad as saying we need to allow kids onto social media. All it does is warp people's minds. They become obsessed with what not real people that don't interact with. I know people right now in my life, my friends are like, I can't believe you act that way in public. Well, am I supposed to be ashamed of how I fucking act? No, go fuck yourself. I don't care what people that never met me think. These people that don't even fucking have licenses, that jump borders, that fucking go ahead and act like I'm only saying that because that's the areas I fucking hang out in. I don't give a fuck what they think about me. Most of the motherfuckers can't even speak their own language. I don't give a fuck what they think about me. If they get mad at me for disrespecting them, hell, most of them are disrespectful anyway. Jesus Christ, learn how to drive, you fucking retards. It's all red. Why are we all just, oh, we're going to get all this one spot? You fucking imbeciles, man. point being, kid gets onto social media and they have even notified someone like Facebook, Meta, or Instagram that somebody has approached them and advanced them in a sexual way. And they have reported this person. And the team has not done nothing about it. They haven't gone after this person. They haven't sent this message to the police to show that this person is actively going after a younger person. You can't even whistle at a child. If you whistle at a child, that's against the law. I don't know if anybody even really knew that. And I only know that because I was watching Cops one time. And on Cops, this child predator who had been convicted multiple times was whistling at this little girl down the street. And he got arrested for advancing towards a minor. And that's basically what it is. When you are advancing towards a minor, you're making any kind of suggestion that's fucked up. Those people need to be locked up on a fucking island somewhere and let them be left alone by themselves. They don't need to be coming around touching the kids. What's up, homie? Yeah, I only know that. Like I said, it was on Cops. You want to jump on? I'm driving around to go pick up some weed, so I figured I had a few minutes. If you want to jump on, I'll send you the link. Here, hold on. I'm doing an open link. Let's see where the post comment. So. All right, there we go. I didn't know if you shared this or whatever, but yes. So that just says that Facebook, Instagram, Meta, they be that way. They don't. They're not over there saying, "Hey, we shouldn't allow this." What's up, Tommy?
What up? What up?
Yeah, dude. I was just because I was on last night and I talked to Bert about it on Daytona Falls, and he was talking about it too. We bullshitted on this subject for a second, but as the day progressed today, and I seen more kids talk about how social media affects them and how it fucks them up, and then the parents do nothing. They don't. They're the ones who encourage them to get it. They gave them the ability to get the account. So I even asked my kid who's 10. I said, "Hey, reality. What if I gave you your phone and I said you get on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that shit, but I took away your video games? Because I don't want that. So I'd rather be able to play video games than do that." Now I know some games that he plays are mature rated.
Like, here's my thoughts on this stuff with the social media and everything, and these parents that just don't give a rat's ass anymore, and they just let their kids freaking pretty much do whatever they want. It kind of reminds me of the early stages of TV, where instead of like watching their children and raising their children, they pretty much just plop them down in front of a TV and just say, "Okay, here you go, just watch TV." Goddamn, they did that in that movie, Cable Guy. Instead of learning I learned the facts of life from watching the facts of life. It's that same type of mentality. And I remember
Yeah.
growing up, there was this one band called Nuclear Assault. They literally talked about this shit. Children are being raised as fools by watching TV, and it was that same thing, but it switched from TV being the idiot tube, as they used to call it back in the day, to now being the smartphones and the social media apps and TikTok and all this other kind of crap. It's literally just rotting their brains. I mean, that's why you get these kids walking around. They couldn't tell you who, a president. They more than likely couldn't tell you the freaking capital of the country where it's located. It probably can't even tell you the capital of their own states because they're just that disillusioned anymore because of all these damn apps.
And all this stuff they push, everything they push is here to make America, that seventh generation warfare or whatever the fuck it is. It's to make America hate each other. Everything it pushes. I've seen people walk around talk about, "Oh, this is racist. This is racist." Look, I work where I got to go to people's houses, and I'm allowed in the houses, and some of them don't let me in the house. And it doesn't matter if they're white, black, Mexican, Asian, Indian. What it is how much money they got. I've seen them do it to other people that are light skinned and dark skinned. Some people want people from their own community in their house. They don't want to deal with people outside of their community. My wife went to New Orleans and she got robbed for $400 because she bought something from somebody and they robbed her. They fucking lied about how much they put in and they kept the card number and they robbed her. So she got fucked, in her car. She'll get the money back. But I told her, I said, they only robbed you because you're not from their community. They can hear it in your voice. When you speak, you're not from their area and you're going to be a victim because you're different skin color in a different area and who's a tourist. You're a prime suspect.
Well, it's kind of like you said, sometimes it doesn't even matter race or anything like that. Growing up, I had the long hair. I used to listen to a lot of punk rock. I used to listen to some metal. Used to listen to a lot of different music, but I looked like an outcast. So when I
Yeah.
walked around, they didn't trust me. The cops in the area, because I used to live in Trenton, New Jersey, and I would cross over to Hamilton because their stores, well, obviously, they had like some stores where Trenton had shit. Um, so I'd walk down to Hamilton Township and literally the cops would pull over. You don't belong here. Go back to where you came from. Yeah, I used to get that a lot and it had nothing to do with skin color. They just didn't like the way I looked. And
Yeah.
that plays a big factor into it. And I know some people talk about, oh, well, you've never experienced that. Bullshit. Bullshit. You can experience, it doesn't matter what your skin color. If you do not look like you do not belong to them. So
I was
yeah.
I was walking, so I lived over there off of Lakeland and Gus Thomas or Ferguson Road. It's not a very attractive area. And I walked the other side, and that was over there at Garland Road by the White Rock Spillway. As I'm walking down this one street that goes end to end, because I'm walking all the way over there to get liquor, because that was the only place to get liquor. And and it was a Sunday afternoon. I didn't look bad. I was in a fucking regular t-shirt, shorts, jean shorts, and a fucking pair of shoes, just regular pair of black Nikes and or black high top Nikes. Now you couldn't even see the check because it was all blacked out. They're all black on black. And I was walking down the street. I actually am on the phone talking to somebody. I said, I saw a cop. And I called somebody. As soon as I saw this police officer, I said, just stay on the phone with me. They're like, why? I said, just stay on the phone with me. As they're on the phone with me, I get pulled over for walking down the street, and he can even hear the cop say, why are you here? I said, it's against the law to walk down the street. I said, what you're doing is profiling, which is against the law. One. Two, I don't give a fuck what you think you can do right now. I don't have nothing on me. I don't have a record. I don't have shit. God damn. They put that part in the wrong spot. Uh, yeah, I didn't have a record, so I didn't give a fuck at that point. But he literally pulled me over and took 45 minutes out of my time trying to find something to have me get, arrested because he was basing it on what I looked like. And all I had was on was jeans, jean shorts. I didn't look like I didn't belong. I just looked like a fucking person from the area. And it was just insane. And it is. It's all about what they want they perceive you to look like. Some people do have the ability to have that sixth sense. Now, I'm not saying everybody does. I used to work at a toy store, and this lady came up to me and she goes, this guy walked in, and the second this motherfucker walked in, she was a security guard. She's like, I got a fucking Spider-Man feeling. She wasn't wrong. The man walked over to a fucking Disney store and asked the lady to hold her baby and tried grabbing it out of the stroller. Now, some people do have that ability, but it's not everybody. And you get that feeling when you come around them kind of people. Like you can't make that assertion over the internet on social media, especially with everybody lying, AI programs. You can't really tell who that other person is on the other side.
I pride myself on being pretty good judge of character for the most part, but even then, yeah, there's been some people I've talked to I thought were okay, and yeah, but you always have that like that little something in the back of your mind sometimes, if you've kind of just feel that shit about certain people, you're like, but something doesn't seem right. I mean, they're being okay right now, but something doesn't seem right. I've had that quite a few times. And yeah, I was proving that my gut reaction on them was absolutely correct. And it was like, yeah, well, it is what it is, lesson learned. But yeah, like a lot of people, and I talked about this a couple weeks back, there's a lot of people, they put on the fake show when they go online. It's just 100% fucking phony. So you can't always tell exactly who they are, unfortunately. I mean, you would think that, people just being themselves would be the best way to go because, you don't have to hide nothing. If you are being exactly who you are, you don't have to pretend. You don't have to worry about being caught, being a fraud, and that's why
so true.
I'm genuine with everything I do. I mean, some people may not like some of the shit I say, but that's legit just how I feel. I mean, you could either accept it or not accept it. I mean, it is what it is. And I'm never going to change my ways.
So I completely agree with you. 1 second, I got text this one. Sorry about that. I'm over here picking up a sack.
No problem.
Driving. My wife's been work all day. I ran out of weed at fucking 9 a.m. Smoked all her stash. And I was like, this shit's old. Fucking had me smoking old weed. Yeah. So I had to come pick some up for my homeboy. He's got cancer.
Oh. Nasty disease. That's what got my mother years ago.
Took out my great grandma years ago. Excuse you, man. There he is. 1 second. What is it? About an ounce?
Yeah, it's about like 20 some grams like that.
Appreciate it, boy.
Sure.
All right. Nah, that's a good deal. I didn't pay anything for that weed. I mean, I fronted the money. The only thing I don't like about grabbing bud from him is the fact that he's so far away from my house. It's not as far. He's downtown, okay? It's just a straight shot down the highway. But it's right next to the hospital. So you know how bad traffic is on a fucking Saturday night?
Shit. Well, I mean, you're talking about me in Florida. I mean, we're still in the snowbird season, so our traffic is bad constantly right now. Doesn't matter where it is.
My wife was like, so we're going to be going down there here in a few months, okay? So I will be headed back down there. We usually try taking a trip once a year. And she's like, let's rent an RV. I was like, why? You can't do nothing with them. You can't drive down any fucking street. You can't do shit in Florida in the summertime. You're fucked. You're fucked driving down the streets, man. I mean, what part of Florida you live in?
I'm in the Southwest.
Okay, I was in the Central. I was like in middle Florida. It was I was just like, wow. It's pretty out there. I was out there and some Asian dude caught a marlin. That's illegal, right?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know. Fishing's not one of the things I never got into, so I don't pay attention to that stuff.
It is illegal because it's your state animal. Number two is it's like protected out there. Because I found this out when I was there because you had to pay to get on this long ass pier. I paid to get on the long ass pier. And they saw him and they have a camera down there and they caught him. They called 911 when he pulled it out of the water. And he put it in his chest and tried walking off. They were watching this guy and the cops found him 45 minutes later on the fucking strip. I was like, wow. And then he was right. He was like, I have a permit. The guy goes, you ain't no fucking permit for this. This is a goddamn state fish, fool. You can't fucking take this fish. He's like, and you killed it when you pulled it out of the fucking water. It's like, damn. So he got hit pretty good with some charges. It's like, damn. But y'all had, I thought it was fun being down there in Florida. And my wife's friend, she's like, I don't want to go because they don't teach slavery. They're trying to do away with slavery. And I'm like, this woke bullshit you believe. Cite me something to show me that. And she said, well, I don't. That's just what I heard. I was like, well, Okay, well, I can tell you facts. That's not. They said that the people that were slaves did learn skills, and you're telling me that's wrong. So just the manipulation, especially on TikTok, because TikTok does nothing but lie and feed straight fucking propaganda.
You know what the best is? Every once in a while, I just like peruse YouTube, just see, like I tend to look for reaction videos, and I ran across a couple. It was like this Haitian lady. She'd run across some true hard facts about slavery,
Mm-hmm.
and she was almost in tears. Like this guy, I've been lied to my whole life. Like she found out that most of the big plantations, the like early plantations, were the owners of all the slaves were black. She
Yep.
found out she found out the tribes in Africa were the ones selling blacks into slavery, and she almost had like a mental breakdown over it. It's like,
It's
why
hilarious
didn't they teach us this shit? Why were they hiding this?
because it was the white man that did it. It's funny because if you watch that movie, The Woman King, it literally is about her getting the slaves that broke free and getting them to sell them back to the white man. That's what it's about. And they all disguise it in that movie by saying like they're prisoners. No, they're fucking slaves. They're prisoners, but they are slaves. So y'all are so blind to the facts. Like whenever my wife said that they were gonna, look into Trump for being with Jeffrey Epstein, I straight said go for it. She goes, why? I said because let them waste more time and more money. When they come back and he didn't do nothing, it's just another thing on the book showing he didn't do nothing. But these people keep making shit up and lying and getting away with it. They just keep getting away with it. Oh God, this is a street close. They took the fucking street close sign down. That's
No, I,
awesome.
I was thinking about all the freaking crooked shit that this administration's been doing, and all the crap that they're doing is 10 times worse than what Nixon had to resign over.
I know. I always thought when Nixon had to resign over was some cheap bullshit. That was like some bullshit.
Yeah, he was spying on the other party's campaign.
I know that's not even that big of a deal nowadays. That's like some fucking football shit. That's all that is. It's nothing too big, but they blew it out of control. Look what Joe Biden did. Look what the Democrats have done. They've sat there and made up these fucking allegations and lied and sat there and said multiple times they've lied about it. And then they go back and run for re-election saying, oh, no, they're liars. Fucking Biden came out the other day saying that what? Trump is just like Hitler? Y'all are fucking crazy. You think look at all these people getting killed from all these fucking. Everybody who jumps the fucking borders, wetbacks. They're wetbacks. All of them. I'll give a jam. I'll give a fuck what color you are. You jumped across that border, you a fucking wetback.
I thought the best is they had one of these guys, they were interviewing him, and he comes across and says, if you don't know who I am, you will know who I am. And the guy who did the interview did a background check on the guy and found out that he was a wanted terrorist over in the Middle East. That's some of the people that freaking Biden is just letting across the border. Like, yeah, okay, this is going to end well.
Yep. Well, there's a movie a long time ago called Homegrown that came out on VHS, and I watched it. And it was about this homegrown terrorist cell that hated America, and they were Americans, but they came from a different, belief system. But they're Americans, and they were poisoning water. Now, that can be done nowadays so easily. Well, we had just a week and a half ago, AT&T went down. Now, AT&T did go down, and their response was all three major networks are out. I was in the store because I was going to pay my internet bill. And so I go in there, and this guy at the counter is like, all three companies are down right now. I said, really? In front of everybody. Fucking got on the phone, hit speaker, and I called my wife on landline. She had a landline, and I called her from my cell phone. I said, I got T-Mobile. She's like, it's fucking working on my end. Everybody wanted to beat that dude's ass for lying. There is something that happened with AT&T, and they're just gonna say, "Nah, it wasn't what y'all think it was." We got hit. We're getting hit with more attacks on everything, and all we keep being told is, "Nah, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that." We had a fucking balloon fly over the United States for 30 fucking days, and yet it was nothing to be worried about. I don't believe what this administration has to say at all. I don't. The only time I believed any of them, and I'm gonna be honest, because Trump, I hated Trump because he's always everywhere. Before he got into politics, he was already everywhere, and he's kind of a dick. But then, it kind of, whenever he became a politician and everybody hated him, I liked him because they were hating him for the wrong reasons. They were hating him because he wanted to change America. I was hating him because he was just a fucking snob. You know what I mean? Remember how he used to be? He used to be like a little snobby motherfucker. Like, at least that's how they portrayed him on the show. What was it? That You're Fired show? The Apprentice. He kind of like seemed like, I don't know, stuck up snob. But I guess that's what they needed to portray him as. But he seems like a cool fucking dude now. I don't have no beef with Trump. He gave me money back. He went ahead and protected America. He put up a fucking border wall, lowered my taxes. I have no arguments on any of that. We're being told that we're in the best economy. Motherfucker, why is it so many stores are closing down? Why is it Best Buy stopped carrying physical media? Can you tell me these things and I'll believe you if you have a real legitimate point? But no, you don't. You're just going to lie to me and say, best economy ever. It's fucking retarded. Damn it.
No, you see what else they've done, and I've gone back and forth that because I believe that's his press secretary that runs that Biden account thing. They were sitting there spewing the bullshit again about with Biden talking about Trump is going to go after Medicare and I'm going to protect it. I'm going to be the bulwark, protect it. You protect your Medicare and your Social Security and blah blah blah. I have a fucking old clip of him where he's talking about everything needs to be put on table. Social Security, Medicare, all of it needs to be put on the table, and hard decisions have to be made. I fucking, every time I see those posts, I throw that right back in his face. Like, hey, here, Trump is doing it every 4 years. They bring this crap up about Social Security, and I've said this too. It's not just the Democrats that do it; the Republicans do it too. They all do it. Every 4 years, they're going to take your Social Security away, and grandma and grandpa are going to be left without, and they're going to die. They do it every 4 fucking years, and it gets so fucking tiring.
So you are correct on that. And it was Nancy Pelosi back in 2010 that really started doing that hardcore. 2010, 12, right around the Obama years. She went after that shit hardcore because she was trying to take the $78 billion that was in the account and put it towards any kind of wars we were going to help finance that shit. And I was like, hell nah, that's a lot of money. And every time she's always done it. And they sit there and say it's the Republicans that are trying to do it. Yes, there are some of them because they're fucking rhinos and they want the money. That's all they give a fuck about. They're greedy ass people. Whenever I was watching Incredibles 2 today, and they say the line of politicians can't understand superheroes that just want to help somebody and get nothing out of it. And that is true. They can't understand why Donald Trump wants to help make America great again and get nothing out of it other than his name in the book. That's it. He's not going to get paid for it. He got paid less money than any other president.
Well, he turned down the bulk of the salary, but they forced a certain amount on him, from what I understand.
And he did pay a lot of it to charities. A lot of his money went directly to charities. Fucking. I was wondering when I saw my car. I hit that bitch in fucking manual.
I got a funny one for you. So talk about entertainment that kind of almost foreshadows reality.
Yes.
I was digging into like old movies, and I remember my father talking to this movie. I never had a chance to see it, but apparently it's really hard to find, and I couldn't seem to find it streaming anywhere. But there was a movie called the Second Civil War, and it's got
I've heard of it.
yeah, it's got Jeff Bridges in it, and
Yeah.
they started a civil war over illegal immigration, basically, like these forcing all these immigrants, and where they were all from. I thought was absolutely hilarious because they were all from Pakistan or Palestine rather.
Oh, so it called the future, predicted it.
Uh-huh.
So did you hear about this shit they're trying to do with these meme makers? Basically, if you're over here making videos for Trump, like doing clips and clips and clips showing Joe Biden's failures, you're technically helping him, and they want to see if he's paying you. So they want to take you and they want to put you on the stand to see where your money's coming from, to see your reasons for making these videos. Is that not fucked up?
I mean that's a violation of your free speech,
Yeah, and they're doing it. They're doing it to a lot of people, and they're saying, no, they have every right to. It's funny how the person that went to jail for making that meme of text fucking this on what November 7th instead of 4th, and then that was done the very next year around on election. And that person, the Democrat, did it, and that Democrat got no time, no nothing. And I'm just going back and looking through everything. And I quit watching Tim Pool for this reason. I fucking straight got tired of Tim Pool saying there was not enough people for the election to be given to Trump. Bullshit. 3,400 fucking votes were taken just here in Texas. The lady caught for fucking fraudulent votes. He said there's something like 48,000 votes is what Trump needed to win. Well, fuck, right there is almost 4,000 votes. And there's more than one person that got caught with it. So you're going to tell me we have the most safest, securest election of 2020, but yet we also have the highest amount of people being charged with election fraud in 2020. Those two statements cannot be both true. And I'm just like, I'm tired of hearing people say, nah. Why don't you even in your state, I don't know, in Florida, see how many people committed election fraud? See how many votes were tallied up? I could do that here in Texas. I guarantee you we're probably going to get like fucking at least 10,000. And if you do that, 4 more states and you hit 60,000, you're going to tell me that Trump didn't fucking win? No, that's what happened. He got robbed. These fuckers went ahead and cheated. And they're going to try doing the same thing this time around, but it's going to be a little bit different. They're just going to try playing it out. They're going to do what they do. They're going to say, put your ballot in the machine. If you believe voting fucking works, when you put your ballot in the machine, it's a goddamn computer. It counts it right fucking there. You're telling me it can't? You're telling me a fucking computer can't synchronize with the whole fucking program and fucking count it and show a live goddamn count? We have to have retarded fucking green hair, purple fat motherfuckers who can't even wash their ass, who don't even know if they're man or woman. They're fucking unisex, son of a bitch. We gotta trust their counting when they can't even figure out what fucking bathroom they gotta go to? Nah, you're out your goddamn mind. You're out your fucking mind if you're gonna sit there and tell me that you can't have a program where it shows a live goddamn feed of your fucking ballot being put into the fucking tally machine. Because at the end, when you fucking vote, you put your vote in the tally machine. Why the fuck doesn't it count it right there? Why do we have to have all this other bullshit? Because that's how you steal. That's how you fucking cheat. Sorry, man. That shit gets me heated.
No, man, that's all good. So I looked it up real quick. They said 20 people were charged with alleged voter fraud, and it was the biggest set of cases in Florida.
Okay, so look, we've almost hit 10,000 real quick. So you're going to tell me Biden? No. If we bring this forth, we'd be called conspiracy theorists because we're proving facts with hard evidence that you're a conspiracy theorist. It's just fucking insane what they consider truth. Made up. They said the Biden had the highest approval rating from this fucking State of the Union, and it was 62%. But whenever Trump had a State of the Union, it was fucking 75. Why are their lowest numbers considered the highest numbers? And when their highest numbers are considered the lowest of all time? What kind of backwards ass fucking retard world you live in? Let me see you use that fucking math. 2 + 2 equals fucking white, black, hating fucking Haitian 9. It doesn't work. Use your fucked up math to build a building and live in it. You know why it doesn't work? Because you can't even put it in a goddamn computer. You put it in a fucking computer, an albatross, what was that? An abacus. If you put it in a fucking abacus, 2 + 2, there's no goddamn way it equals 5. I don't give a fuck if you got 2 apples and 2 oranges. It's not fucking 5. It's 4. You have 2 of 2. Fucking retards. My kid showed me his report card. And it was just like, I don't know what the fuck it was. It didn't make sense. I said, what the fuck? They're not counting this on fucking 1 to 100? I can't even read. I have to believe what you and your teacher are telling me. And I can't, because I can't make sense of this fucked ass graph. It's some kind of weird ass graph they give you. I don't know. Everything's all fucked up, lazy, and fucking boring. Well, my show is almost over. I'm almost back to my house. I appreciate you stopping by tonight, Tommy. It's always fun hanging out and talking with you.
No, not a problem. I just happened to turn everything on, seeing you were going. I was like, shit, let me stop by and see what he's got going on.
I did a random ass stream because it's been bothering me on this. But I did get that. So I did come across the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Wolfman Raphael. I'll be doing that later. I'm working on the Cobra Commander 2 comic right now. And then my last video is going to be the TMNT cop that's matte black. That motherfucker looks cool, dog.
I've got one sitting on the table. It's going to be my next review. I finally managed to nab that RC Godzilla from the new Empire.
It's so fucking cool. How much did you pay for it?
I got it for $45 at Walmart.
At Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found 4 of them at Walmart. My father-in-law, my mom's husband's like, or stepdad, I guess. He's all like, hey, go grab them all. Because if you go look how much just the regular Jada toy one is, it's not RC, it's $283 on Amazon.
Well, I seen, because I seen it in Target. Because I went to Walmart and I seen it. I didn't have the money for it at the time. So, well, I'll come back and get it. And went back and they were sold out. So I went to Target and I seen it in Target, and Target was charging $59 for it. I was like,
dude, mine was charging $70.
Yeah, I was like, why is it more here? It shouldn't be. It should be the same. Like, and I started looking at the prices of everything. Everything in Target has gone up. Their prices used to be comparable to Walmart, but they're not anymore.
They're not. Like, the only thing I'm going there for is diapers, because it's about the same. It's just I'm just getting points on when I buy diapers from fucking Target. That's the only difference. But I'll probably jump back on later tonight. I don't know. I got to go back on to Whatnot to sell these Godzilla things, man. I only got a few more, and there's the Secrets still available. I fucked for $10 a pop instead of paying $15 a pop. I mean, you're gonna pay $15 with taxes and shipping, but you buy 2 of them, you get it way cheaper than you do the other shit. You know.
Yeah. What are you doing now? You doing that on here later?
I do it on Whatnot, so I'll send you a link for it. You may have to sign up for it, but if you do have to sign up for it, here's the thing. I can also send you a link to where you'll get like a $10 bonus. So you can buy it. It's basically fucking free. You just got to pay the shipping and taxes. So you're going to pay $5 for it. That ain't fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I was selling those, and some guy comes on. He's like, say, you got any more Godzilla stuff, like Godzilla comics? I'm like, no, and I do. I didn't want to sell them. Like, motherfucker. So now I've been looking. So when I do my stuff, people are coming in, hey, you got any more Godzilla or brick? So they use like brick bears. You know what a brick bear is?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a This has been around longer than Funko Pop, so it's been out since 2000. It's a little 2 or 3 inch, looking like a Lego, and it has their designers, and they're pretty dope little bears. There's so many of them, and I got a Caesar face with the card. I had a bunch of them, but I sold a lot of them for fucking. I mean, people buy them for $30, $40. So I just been doing that shit. I've been slanging all sorts of just obscure shit, and it
Hey, what
works
up,
on that.
Happy?
Hey,
Hey,
what's
Happy
up, dude?
Dinosaur popped in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Happy Dino? Oh, there was a fucking some game I was gonna play. I was playing last night on PlayStation 4, but it was on PlayStation 5, and it was some fucking anime game. I'm some waifu chick in a thong and in a bra, just running around with a sword, beating up fucking zombies. It's fucking cool, dude. I sat there and played that while I was streaming last night, and I was showing it on the screen because I can't stream it if I just stream directly from PlayStation. PlayStation or YouTube will fucking shut that bitch down. They'll shut it down like in 10 seconds. Like, that's some house shit because it's anime girls looking all anime girly. They don't like that. Well, I'm pulling up to the house. It was great talking. I'll probably pop back on later just to let y'all know what's up.
All right, man.
All right, y'all have a great night.
All right, take care, Lou.
Later.